down and get married.
So if I were, let's say, to bring a woman here right now.
Like a young woman. Not
a young woman.
Not some old hag. Okay? I'm sick of these hags.
Telling you, like, lady, shave your beard, lady.
It's like people say to me, oh, I'm going to introduce you to someone who's your own age. It's like, It's like she looks great. She's in great shape. Might be in her late 40s, but she's in great shape.
All right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking of this right now. I'm thinking might be a good idea at this point is I'm going to bring onto our show a real live young woman, right?
Sweet.
Somebody who has watched our show religiously for a year now, right? Been watching our every move, pays attention to what you have to say, thinks she knows everything about you. She has what to say, and I'm going to bring her up on stage, sit her in my seat here.
Right.
I'm going to back away, folks.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to have a real live girl show up, and be nice, be gentlemanly, like in the chat room. She can read English, okay? Okay, she's not one of these like Filipino chicks. She's like, oh, I make sucky, right? She's not one of them, right? So she's going to be able to read what you say. So don't, it's a Jewish girl. It's a Jewish woman, and she's going to come up here and she's going to rip into Levi. So let's give it up right now. Let's give a big hello, a big shalom, and her name is Esther.
Esther.
Welcome. Yay, Esther.
Yay.
Okay, make sure you're in the camera.
Okay.
Okay, you're doing great.
Wow, you brought me a teenager.
Okay, so take it away. Start talking. What you've been? I'll introduce. I'll play back here. Esther, you have been. Hello, folks. Esther, you've been
a woman for 19 years
been
now.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's been good so far.
Baruch Hashem.
You've been a faithful watcher of our show for the last year. You've seen Levi, and you know what he's about. You hear him talk. What do you think of the way he talks about women in his attitudes, and what do you think about his overall persona, and how do you think he can? How do you think this adds up in terms of finding a potential mate, and what changes would he need to make? Go ahead.
And do you have any friends or sisters? Do you have sisters?
I have a sister, yeah.
Yeah? Is she younger or older?
She's a little older.
Is she married?
No. She would, no. Don't go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Could we send her a link to my sex addiction talk?
You could try. You'd probably get police knocking at your door.
Why?
She's a bit concerned why you would send her that.
Because I want to help her with her sex addiction.
She doesn't have a sex addiction, to my knowledge.
But we all have these secret lives, where we just, on the outside we're all pious and religious, but when everyone goes away, we sit down in front of the computer and we're not so pious and we're not so religious.
Well, what my sister does in private is her business. It's not mine.
But I just want to help her.
Okay.
Instead of always chasing these thrills and these illicit highs and going from man to man, it's just not the path to ultimate meaning and purpose. But the person I really want to meet is your dad.
My dad? You can meet my dad.
Can I send him a link to my talk?
You can. He probably would have no problem with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My dad's pretty relaxed.
So you don't hate men?
I don't hate men.
Yeah, just like
No,
generic,
I don't hate men.
You don't hate
No,
all
no,
men?
no. I have quite a few brothers, so.
Oh, okay. Brothers are good. Like women who have brothers, they don't tend to hate men.
No.
They tend to relate them as real human beings.
Yes.
Okay, this has gone on for 2 minutes. I'm bored still. Would you start digging into him already? All right, let's start.
Okay, you
Levi, Levi talks a lot about, he slags women off. He talks badly about women who are, let's say, his age. He talks about women who are slightly overweight, and he says they're off limits.
Yeah.
He talks about women, and he says he doesn't like short hair. He talks about women, and he says that he doesn't like ones, he only likes ones who wear business suits and whatnot, right?
High heels.
High heels, right? Then he talks about, and he says he doesn't like a woman who's had sex before, right? And the more sex she has with different partners, the less desirable they are.
That I have a problem with.
Right, and then meanwhile, he says he brags about the fact that he's had 44 women in bed, and
I didn't brag. I'm ashamed. I'm torn up with guilt inside. I'm just destroyed.
He expects that
they'll accept that.
They'll accept that. Right. So you go ahead. Tell them what you think.
You just asked me if I hated men. I think you hate women.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
that's
that
right.
was great. Ding, 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 ding. That was a great line. Go ahead. Keep going.
I think you hate women.
Yeah,
'Cause I think the main women in your life haven't been the best they could be. So I think what you see as women is you relate back to maybe your mother.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Or, you know, someone in your past.
Yeah. No, I definitely have a strong streak of misogyny. But
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of amazing that you're able to pick that up because it's like it's so subtle. It's so like such a subtext to what I say that like normal people they'd never notice that. But I think because your intuition is just so finely developed that you're. How did you realize this? Was there something I said or did that gave it away?
Just the way you talk about women, just in normal terms.
You mean like
you know.
peaches?
No, not necessarily that, but you know, for your age, you know, you want to get married very soon, right? Because you want to have.
I'm about to kick the bucket. Like,
No, but you want to have kids, don't you? Right?
Yeah.
So I think this is like your perfect opportunity, like these Torah talks, to like really say what's good about you, why you like women, because women love compliments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But like what I've heard is like, you know, it's like, you know, when I get married and my wife has loads of kids, she gets a bit fat. I'm gonna be thinking about those women that I've seen in porn. I'm gonna keep that to the back of my head and think about them in lustful thoughts. You know, when my wife's kind of put on a bit of weight.
Yeah. You think that's a problem?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because like you should look into your wife's eyes and say, well, yeah, you might put on like I don't know,
20 pounds.
Yeah, 20 pounds, but like she's giving you like 3 beautiful kids. You see what I
Right.
mean?
So instead of fantasizing about some 18-year-old girl with 6 black guys, I could just think about.
Slightly worried how many men you've got in there.
I'm sorry.
I'm slightly worried about how many men you've got in that fantasy.
Oh yeah, you think that's worrying that I kind of like the certain genres? Probably a little worry.
Maybe.
Right, maybe a bit of a worry. Okay, so like trying to like mine those memories of the great porn scenes I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that's a big problem, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, tell me
because
why.
it resonated with her. Because you mentioned that, if I remember correctly, almost a year ago on the show. That's an old thing. When you said, "What about thinking about a woman?" You know, because you after like 6 months of marriage, what did you say? Something like 6 months of marriage.
Well, the erotic half-life of a relationship is about 3 months. So
Okay.
After about 3 months, the eros is about half as strong as it was initially.
Yeah, but that's like the statistics that you've read.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense.
No,
to
it
me.
doesn't. Because my parents had 8 children.
Really?
Yeah, they've been married for a very long time.
Wow.
You know.
Right.
So it can, you know, you can find a woman that's perfectly right for you, and you can just like the sex can be fantastic for years and years and years.
And it's not just because your dad has like stored up all these memories of.
No, because they met pretty young.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. You know that's bothering her, that about you, that it's like tagged on your head. I'm the kind of guy that if I marry a woman, I'm going to be thinking about some chick who have you seen in porn?
I don't remember. I'm trying to put that aside. I tried to turn over a new leaf. I've been working the 12 steps. And I'm a changed man. Like
Okay.
you can probably tell that about me. Like I'm just being transformed. Like
Yeah, but like as a woman, I would hate to know that my husband, like a couple years down the line, or like even 10 years down the line, is like having sex with me and he's thinking about some like 21-year-old blonde. That I would just divorce him right there.
really?
Yeah.
Huh? So
How would you feel it? How would you feel, say,
Oh, here we go.
how would you feel if like you married a woman that was 10 years younger than you, right? She
Yeah.
really kept in shape. She looked
Yeah.
really good, right? She has your
even though
kid.
she's 35. Okay.
Yeah, okay, maybe younger. Say she's 30, right?
Okay.
She has your kids, like
Yeah.
3 or 4, whatever,
Yeah.
right? She keeps in shape after every birth, right? She
Yeah.
goes back to original shape,
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Tight. Yeah.
right? Right, but just say like, you know, you're getting old and like you're putting on a bit of weight, you know?
Yeah, getting a bit saggy, bags under the eyes, hair falling out, teeth falling out.
Well, not necessarily that far, but I mean, you're putting on a bit of weight, right? And
Yeah.